Hey Miss Blood, my name is Zaria Walker and this is my video presentation. The first work of art that I chose was The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci. I chose this particular piece because I can use balance as my principle. And I chose balance because I noticed that it was achieved through the symmetrical placements of the figures and the elements, creating visual stability and harmony throughout the painting. And I also feel like it's a high Renaissance painting in my opinion because of the undevelopedness of the muscles and how the background didn't have much detail, like the 15th and 16th century kind of vibe. And also the clothing it was very thin. It didn't give me much thickness or richness like a high Renaissance or type of picture or a Baroque picture type. The second piece that I chose was The Birth of Venus by Sandro Botticelli. I noticed contrast in this beautiful and articulate painting. Venus's radiant figure contrasts with the surrounding sea and the landscape, drawing attention to her stellar features and the divine beauty. I feel like the artist was intentional with this painting by making the materials that people went, the materials that the people that she had with her, they went and they motioned towards her. It was kind of like an indirect motion of some sorts. And I noticed that it's kind of a Renaissance art because of the nudity. It wasn't really fully nude, but it was kind of projecting early Renaissance in that piece. The third piece that I have is The Dance by Henry Matisse, if I'm saying that right. So I chose movement and rhythm. I chose movement and rhythm because movement is conveyed throughout the rhythmic arrangement of the figures in a circular motion, invoking like a sense of dynamic ability and energy. Like I feel it. I feel it. Also, vitality, rhythm is also established through the repeated use of the curvature and the curvular lines and the curvilinear forms and the flowing lines that dance. It kind of goes the same way, creating the rhythm and the pattern that echoes throughout the dancer's movement, so you can feel how they're moving. I couldn't tell. I didn't know if it was a Western piece. I didn't really think it was a Renaissance piece at all. So I didn't get any piece of art from it. Like I didn't know what to call that piece of art. Eleanor of Toledo by Bronzino. In my research that I did, I found that it made the most sense to me because her posing in center, her eyes, the eye contact, and the direct gaze and the elaborate attitude, it all just serves main character. The thickness, the richness of her dresses and the print on her and her, I think that's a boy, on her son's clothing. Like it was all just main character. And also it was kind of like to highlight her status and importance, but I feel as if her neck was elongated, and I feel as if this was a mannerism kind of piece because of the way their bodies were developed and their clothing. Like they had some very rich and thick clothing. I have also Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh. So in this analysis, I got pattern based off the consistent repetition and the repetition of the swirling, the rhythmic brushstrokes throughout the composition. It gives a sense of movement and unity to the artwork. Like it makes me feel connected with it. I also found contrast could be a good fit for this Van Gogh picture because of the vibrant color and the swirling. It just gives I'm here. Like the sky and the serene village below, it kind of creates a feeling of tension and drama within the picture. I feel as though every every piece that I have described, they all provide cultural diversion despite where they originated from, where they came from, the different cultural backgrounds. They have influenced millions of people, millions of humans, and their creativity and expression is literally forever celebrated. In Henry Matisse' The Dance and Vincent van Gogh's His Starry Night, they had a profound impact on the development of modern art. Like they inspired movements such as expressionism and fauvism, even though we didn't talk about that. I just found it in my research. For instance, also the Last Supper holds a very significant religious symbolism for Christians and depicting the final meal shared by Jesus and his disciples before his crucifixion. Like it just it gives you something different. It gives you a culture shock. If you're not in Christian culture, it gives you a culture shock. It makes you feel. And the birth of Venus, it draws upon the classical mythology, symbolizing the ideal of beauty and love in West culture. Like it just it gives romanticism. It really does. All these artworks, they're literally academic weapons. Like Miss Blood, I have seen Starry Night in our classroom. We have went over that, and that is one of the reasons why I chose Starry Night. It's an academic weapon. Like I know I can tell the style of painting it is just by looking at it. I can tell about the time period that it is and some of the architecture just because I did my research and I was paying attention. All in all, I've learned that in Miss Blood's class, elements and principles of design are like the backbone of describing and getting a feel for artwork and becoming one with artwork. It's not just, oh, you're looking at it, go on about your day. It is periods, and it's the type of clothing, and it's what they're writing in the background, and if they have clocks where a clock is not supposed to go, like things of that nature. It gives pictures gives the answer as long as you know how to look for it. And in this class, in Miss Blood's class, I have learned how to look for it. Look for what I need. Look for the answers. Look for Rococo. Look for Baroque. Things of that nature. Thank you so much.